Karla, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Who are you and what do you do? Tell our folks.
Hey guys, so I'm Karla Grzymala. I am the founder of the Be a Good Human Education Foundation. I'm a good friend of Deanna's for a very long time. I am also a very recently retired art teacher.
Congratulations.
And an emerging NFT artist, and the list goes on and on of all the different projects that I like to do that have to do with art and education and now this NFT space. So I'm really excited to be here.
Amazing. We're so glad you're here, Karla.
Thank you.
So, art teacher, photographer.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm a photographer. That's like my main thing. Sorry, guys. Again, the list goes on and on and on.
So I'll start in the same place we start with all of our talks. What made you interested in crypto Web3 NFTs?
So I think I was having lunch with you and Matt last fall, and Matt mentioned this NFT thing, and I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean? And he's like, I think you're a talented, artist and photographer. Like, why don't you try to see if you could sell some of your photographs in this space? And I was like, why would anybody want to buy my photograph? Like, you have like endless hard drives and different things filled with pictures that I don't really sell outside of just enjoying it myself and sharing it with my family and friends. And then from there, I just, joined you guys in Miami for Art Basel and just started learning more about this space and learning how collaborative and helpful everyone in this space is. And it made me more interested in it. So I just started drawing and mixing photographs together for a couple of months and came up with this idea of how can I sell some really cool pieces and also start a foundation to help young artists as well.
Yeah, how about that second part, right? You could just sell cool pieces.
Yeah.
That's like where NFTs started, right? Cool photographs, own a piece of it. What inspired you, or tell us about the background behind your foundation?
So being an art student myself at one point, I, went into debt to go to school. And there's not a lot of options out there for young artists to get scholarships that mainly focus on art. So I really took a deep dive to see what's out there and what's available. And I have some students this year, one whose artwork is up in the back of the gallery, Vincent, who is immensely talented and just didn't really have a plan to go to school after he graduated. And not that you have to go to school, but in my mind, I was like, what do you mean you're not going to do more art and like perfect your craft even more? Because you're amazing. Like, imagine where you could be if you go to like a program or just like do some more workshops. And just coming down to like financials of it, it was just, he didn't have the finances for it. So I think I was talking to you and my husband about it, and I was like, this can't be it. Like, this can't be it for this kid who's so talented and could do so many things. So I decided, like, I'm going to do something about it, and I'm going to start a foundation that gives scholarships and grants to artists in the Austin area. Hopefully one day it like expands beyond that. But that was like a little check mark that I was like, this is what I need to do with my life. So this is where it went all of a sudden. Like, it wasn't even planned. It's like from the fall till now, I started a foundation. I drew like a couple hundred NFTs and all these things. And I was like, what? Like, if you would have asked me last July about this, I'd be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So it's crazy how fast things can change.
Yeah, how about that?
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
So you saw a need, right? Art students need to perfect their craft. Going to art school is super expensive.
Thank you.
So you started a foundation in that direction. Where'd you come up with the name for the foundation?
So in the 9 years that I've been teaching art, I guess 8 years in art, 9 years in education, I always tell kids, like, make good choices, do this. But in the last like 5 or 6 years, I started saying, be a good human. If nothing else, just be a good human. If you don't learn to draw in my class, at least just be a good human. Like, and they would laugh at me, but it's one of the things that I instill in my kids in the way that I treat them and the relationships that I build with them is just showing them what it means to just start the day off with kindness and goodness. And I think that's what made my relationships with my kids as strong as they have been. So the mural that's up on the screen right now, last year at one of the middle schools that I taught at, we did this mural, and I was like, all right, let's make it all about like inclusivity, love, like friendship. And I go, you guys get to pick the quote that you want at the top of this mural. Like, think of different things that inspire you. Let's all come together. And as a consensus, all the kids were like, no, Miss Grzymala, you say be a good human every day. It needs to say be a good human. And I was like, I made a difference. I was like, okay, y'all want my quote up there? I know I didn't invent the quote, but it's coming into something. So that's what kind of inspired it. I've been saying it for a very long time, and it's something that I truly tried to show everybody, right? Like in my actions and the way that I treat others.
Yeah, no joke. You've certainly made a difference. What, 8, 9 years teaching?
It's a long time.
any teachers in the audience? Anyone? Yeah? Yay. So hard. So incredibly hard. And especially through the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
Insanity. I can tell you all with confidence, since I've known Karla for a very, very long time, that really she is truly a great human.
Thank you.
Always willing to help, go the extra mile. And she also somehow takes magically good photographs. Regardless of what the subject looks like, it always comes out beautiful.
She's very hypercritical of herself, y'all.
That aside, cool. So, be a good human. Education Foundation. You're going to give scholarships to kids to help them pursue the arts education. What's the bigger picture mission for you? What you've already provided so much value and really helped so many kids along the years. How do you see your foundation growing over the next, let's say, 10 years? Can you imagine?
I know. I was talking to someone about it earlier, just like, right now it's a baby. It's like this baby thought that I've actually made into, the state of Texas know that this foundation exists. On Monday, I'm getting the business bank account set up so that I can start taking donations, and hopefully with the NFT sales, start, putting together some scholarships to give out. But when I think about the bigger picture, and just like, I'm someone who loves working with kids. I've always done it since middle school. I was a tutor to the elementary schoolers, and in high school, I mentored middle schoolers, and so on and so forth. So I know that part of it, and seeing how Gianna and Vincent yesterday were just so grateful that I believed enough in them, was like, I want to continue to do that. Like, build other artists that want to come in and mentor kids and show them like what they do, and have other people come in and volunteer and do the murals with us, and just continue to like expand and enrich our communities through art, right? And just like grow from there. And so I think that essentially is like my dream, is to grow it and eventually have more people that are involved, and more, jobs and things that kids can do and learn from, and getting kids introduced into the NFT space and see what they can do in it, and all of that stuff has been like a really big dream of mine since November. So it's kind of interesting how like taking the leap forward and resigning from teaching with not exactly a job in place, but knowing that I have enough faith in what I'm doing and what this foundation can do to like take those steps forward.
Yeah, you're leading by example, right?
Yeah, Jasmine earlier, everything she said, I was like, that's me. I don't know everything about the space, and that's okay, right? Like, I'm going in blindly, and I'm just going to go in and, like, head first dive into this water, and it's been a process. I feel like it's going slow, even though not that much time has gone by. But I know that that's I'm doing something right if everything she said really resonated with me, so.
Well, as we heard in the panel earlier today, it's good to go slow.
Yes, I'm learning. I get that now after teaching, too. So.
Fantastic. Well, I know you've got some awesome pins dispersed throughout the space today, as well as some magnets.
Yeah.
What's the best way for folks to get involved?
So as of right now, if you follow me this is my Instagram. Also on Twitter, it's just Karla Grizz NFT. Just get connected with me. I'm going to launch the NFT project in the next hopefully a couple months. Everything will be up and ready to go. I'll be making all of those announcements. Everyone that's here today is going to get a free NFT from me. So just as like a little token of appreciation for listening and being here and just being present. And I really appreciate it. I don't think you guys know how much I appreciate it. And I appreciate you and Matt so much. I could get emotional. It's just how much you guys support me and believe in me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's about, right? We got to help each other out. So in order to get your free NFT, make sure we have your wallet address, either through your Eventbrite registration or the pre-mint, which you can access through the guest Wi-Fi, WRST. As long as we've got your wallet ID, you will receive instructions on the Be a Good Human initial inaugural NFT.
Yeah, and that also will get you guys future perks as I see it, right? I don't know exactly what it's going to be yet, but just like other projects give you that initial here's your pass to get future things. So hopefully it turns into something amazing and wonderful and something that you guys feel good supporting, because it is going back to the kids in the long run.
Yeah, and let's make sure we don't miss talking about the actual Genesis collection, which you can see featured on the screens in the back. It's a mix of photography and visual art?
Yeah, so I mixed some of them are my face, which I found really interesting in some pictures that I took, so I just blended it. I also take the human figure, as we are all good humans, and blend it in with different photographs that I've taken and some digital drawings, so hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Yes, absolutely. Karla, I'm so excited for you to launch your foundation and see what you can do. And hopefully everyone here gets connected, and we'll make sure that you're on the list for the big drop here in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
Anything else you want folks to know?
Just be a good human.
That's right. That's the moral of the story, y'all.
Be a good human. That's it.
Congratulations, Karla. I'm so happy for you. Can't wait.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.